Nazism in Germany. We all have heard of it, but today we shall cover the topic in more detail. It all started with this man here, his name, Adolf Hitler. When World War One started, he found a new beginning. He volunteered for the German army and twice was rewarded the Iron Cross, which is a medal for bravery. In 1919, Adolf joined a tiny political group that shared his belief that Germany had to overturn the Treaty of Versailles and fight communism. This group came to be known as the National Socialist German Workers' Party, or Nazi for short. The policies that came from this group formed the German Fascism Nazism. It was then that the swastika became a known logo when the group adopted it. The Nazis later set up a private militia called the Brown Shirts.
In its intense nationalism, mass appeal, and dictatorial rule, Nazism shared many elements with Italian fascism. However, Nazism was far more extreme both in its ideas and its practice. It was an anti-intellectual and dictatorial movement, emphasizing the will of the charismatic dictator as the sole source of inspiration of a people and a nation. Nazism had German roots but can be partly traced to the Persian tradition as developed under Frederick William I, Frederick the Great, and Otto von Bismarck, which regarded the militia spirit and the discipline of the Prussian army as the model of all individual and civic life. It added a tradition of political romanticism with its sharp hostility to rationalism and to the principles underlying the French Revolution, its emphasis on instinct and the past, and its proclamation of the rights of Frederick, exceptional individual over all universal law and rules. These two traditions were later reinforced by the 19th century adoration of science and of the laws of nature, which seemed to operate independently of all concepts of good and evil. Further reinforcements came from such 19th century intellectual figures, all of whom greatly influenced early National Socialism with their claims of the racial and cultural superiority of the Nordic peoples over all other Europeans and all other races. Hitler's intellectual viewpoint was influenced during his youth not only by these currents in the German tradition but also by specific Austrian movements that professed various political sentiments, nobility, those of pan-Germanic expansion, and anti-Semitism. Hitler's furious nationalism, his contempt of the Slavs, and his hatred of the Jews can largely be explained by his bitter experiences as an unsuccessful artist living a threadbare existence on the streets of Vienna. Defeat and the resulting disillusionment, pauperization, and frustration paved the way for the success of the propaganda of Hitler and the Nazis. Hitler added to pan-Germanic aspirations and the favor of a social revolutionary gospel. This gospel was most fully expressed in Hitler's personal testament Mein Kampf, in which he outlined both his practical aims and his theories of race propaganda.
Hitler's most important individual contribution to the theory and practice of Nazism was his deep understanding of mass psychology and mass propaganda. Through successful engineering and intimidation, the party came to power in Germany in 1933 and governed through totalitarian methods until 1945, when Hitler committed suicide and Germany was defeated and occupied by the Allies at the close of World War II. Between 1934 and 1939, the party established full control of all phases of life in Germany. With many Germans wary of party conflicts, economic and political instability, and the disorderly freedom that characterized the last years of the Weimar Republic, Hitler and his movement gained the support and even the enthusiasm of a majority of the German population. The Nazi regime disseminated a continual outpouring of propaganda through all cultural and informational media. The underside of its propaganda machine was its terror, with its secret police and concentration camps. Germany saw the Jews as a symbol of all that was hated and feared. The party portrayed the Jews as an enemy of